This broadcast is made possible by the following: Hollandia Outdoors, Compound Door, and Barber Ford, all of Holland. And by Michigan Hearing Experts of Holland, Grand Haven, and Jenison. By Calvin College of Grand Rapids. By Quality Door of Holland and Muskegon. And by OK Tire Stores of Zeeland, Holland, and Hamilton. And now, with the play-by-play, here's Roger Allen.
Thank you, and hi again, everybody. Welcome to our pregame show tonight, again from the DeVos Fieldhouse, talking with Holland Christian head coach David Kuhl. Coach, back on Tuesday night, it was an interesting game against Zeeland West. Mason Baker's a very good ball player and went off on you a little bit again, but you held the rest of the guys pretty well in check.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're a tough matchup with him and then their point guard. They got a couple of really good players, and we're battling some sicknesses too. So I knew going into the game that it was going to be tough on us. And I was really proud of our defensive effort. I think we were stuck on 36 points for, I think literally one of my coaches said 8 minutes. So when we were still ahead, so that means we were doing something right defensively, and I think that spurred us to win the game.
Seems to have become a pattern from where I sit anyway, that if you can hold the other team started somewhere around 15 points, maybe somebody else in the 10 to 12 category, you got a pretty good shot.
Yep, and that's what we try to do. I think, players like Baker and other good players in our league, you're never going to stop them, but I think the word is contain. If you can contain them and then really shut down their role players, then you're going to have a good chance to win, and I think that's what we've been doing a good job of.
Some month ago, a guy by the name of Nick Fedewa came off of Byron Center's bench and pretty much torched Holland Christian. You're going to be obviously aware of him come tonight.
Yeah, and they're an interesting matchup. I know they haven't won a bunch, but they shoot a lot of threes, and he's one of the guys that can really make them. And pretty much anyone on their roster, they shoot a lot of them. So we just got to do a good job of contesting shots and trying to make them put the ball on the floor and make them make twos instead of shoot open threes.
All right, well, here we go again. A team with not a lot to show on the record side of things, but they're somehow always tough against Holland Christian.
Yep, and they play hard. They play the right way, and I'm sure they're going to be ready to play against us. So we'll have to bring our stuff.
All right, Coach, let's see if we can do that. Thanks for your time. And now live from courtside at the DeVos Fieldhouse in the campus of Hope College, along with Scott Nyheis, I'm Roger Allen. And our pregame show continues as we look forward to OK Green action between the Bulldogs of Byron Center and the Maroons of Holland Christian. Tell you all about the Maroons thus far this season. Here's Scott.
All right, good evening, everyone. Tonight, the Maroons from Holland Christian take on the Bulldogs from Byron Center. HC has reached the three-quarter pole in the 2017-18 season with a record of 9-6. On Tuesday night here at DeVos, the Maroons defeated Zeeland West for the second time this season, 50-38. Holland Christian looks for the season sweep tonight against Byron Center. In their first matchup back in January, the Maroons enjoyed a great shooting night where they made 50% of their shots from the floor. This was one of only 2 games all year where HC reached that 50% plateau. I'm looking for more of the same tonight from Holland Christian as they look for win number 10.
And no matter how you painted the picture, the 2017-18 season for the Byron Center Bulldogs is not pretty. Through their first 16 games, they've managed only 2 wins, one against Middleville Thornapple Kellogg and the other against Hamilton. That leaves them with a 1-8 mark in the OK Green. On January 19 in Byron Center, the Maroons won 59-43. In that game, Nick Fedewa, as we said, came off the bench, scored 15 for the Bulldogs. Nobody else had more than 8. Byron Center is scoring an average of just 45.3 points per game, giving up an average of 58.1 compared to 52.7 on offense for Holland Christian, and a defense for the Maroons that holds opponents to 46.7. Like most of the teams in the OK Green this season, the Bulldogs are very young, with 4 sophomores and 4 juniors on a 13-man roster. So about all Byron Center has to play for tonight at the DeVos Fieldhouse is pride. And once in a while, those types of teams can pose a threat. We'll see how it plays out tonight, starting in just a few moments here on 96.5 and 1260 The Pledge.
Running up and down the court is like driving up and down the road. Everything's going great until you try to stop on a wet floor. It's like hitting the brakes on ice. The next thing you know, you're out of the game. Whether your car is double dribbling oil or doing its own layup in your driveway, we can help. OK Tire has 5 locations in Holland, Hamilton, and Zeeland and can help your car have a winning season. Online at oktirestores.net.
Hi, Holland Christian fans. I'm Travis Dreyer from Compound Door. When you think about replacing your garage door, think of a fellow Holland Christian alumni at Compound Door, where over half our staff are HC grads. We carry CHI garage doors. CHI offers a large selection of traditional and carriage house styles, designs, and windows. Come by our showroom and see the full collection of CHI doors powered by LiftMaster operators at Compound Door on the corner of New Holland and 136th in Holland, or online at compounddoor.com.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Pledge.
The girls varsity game just completed here, won by Byron Center. They sweep the season series. Tonight the win 37-28. Byron Center is now 8-2 in the OK Green. They're 11-7 overall. Holland Christian under new coach Heather Swearinga 4-7 in the OK Green. They are now 5-13 overall. Just 2 games left in the regular season next week for girls high school basketball. The boys, meanwhile, play game number 16 here tonight. Actually, game 17 for Byron Center. And we're getting ready for opening ceremonies on WPNW Zeeland, Holland, Grand Rapids. At the mic tonight, here's PA announcer Dan Tenbrink.
Attendance with us tonight. A very special welcome to the Holland Christian flag detail, as some of our veterans will assist us in presenting the colors this evening. Please rise and honor America as the Holland Christian Flag Band, under the direction of Mr. Scott Vandenberg, leads us in the playing of our national anthem.
And we will pause momentarily while the color guard exits center court. Always appreciate the veterans who show up for these Holland Christian games. To be a color guard for opening ceremony is always very impressive. And now I'm about ready for the introduction of the starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For Byron Center. At a guard, 5'10" junior, number 2, Alex Walter. And a second guard position, 5'11" senior, number 3, Jacob Williamson. And a third guard, 5'10" sophomore, number 11, Colton Baker. At another guard position, 6'2", senior 23, Kevin Eli, or Ely if you prefer. And in the middle, 6'3", senior 25, Carson Schultz. Byron Center coached by R.J. Bentley. For the Maroons of Holland Christian, pretty much the same lineup we've been seeing. At a guard, 6-foot junior, number 2, or I'm sorry, a 6'5", sophomore, number 3, Ethan Aldrink. A 6'4", junior, number 4, Vince Overway. At the point, 6'2", sophomore, number 10, Eli Schoonveld. And the big guys in the middle, 32, he is 6'5" and a senior, Levi Van Dam. And at forward, 6'4", junior, 34, Chris Muckma, Holland Christian coached by David Cool. Holland Christian, a distinct height advantage over the Bulldogs. Scott?
Yeah, we saw when the Maroons played in Byron Center, Levi Van Dam had 18 points. I think Coach Cool is going to look to get him the basketball tonight on the offensive end and see if he can have a repeat performance.
Great group of Holland Christian students on hand tonight. It was senior night for the girls basketball team. It was their last home game. Maroons will have senior night for the boys here on Thursday, March 1st. It's a night we have marked on the calendar for a long time. The Maroons will be entertaining a great team from Covenant Christian that evening, and we are looking forward to it. Meanwhile, it's the Maroons and the Bulldogs. Holland Christian in white goes right to left in the first half. Schultz will step in against Van Dam, and we'll get this one underway. Whistle, the ball in the air, and Van Dam hits the ball, but it's controlled by Byron Center's Ely. They get it up top to Baker, and back down on the left-hand side to Walter. Alex Walter comes right side to Ely. Out of the right corner, this is Schultz with it, and Holland Christian gets a steal on the baseline. Byron Center starts with a turnover.
Nice job, Vince Overway, stealing the ball on the baseline.
Eli Schoonveld with the dribble out on the logo. Now he throws it right wing through the hands of Kevin Aldrink. Ethan, I know. I was thinking about how many games he starts with a turnover, and I was trying to think of a nice way to say it, and then I forgot his name. Anyway, Colton Baker with it up top. He with the flowing locks gets it to Williamson on the left side. They move the ball quickly. Baker had it. Muckma got an arm stuck as he got tied up with Williamson, and they're going to call an inadvertent foul on Chris Muckma, if there is such a thing. So Colton Baker baseline right to throw it in for the Bulldogs. They're in black, trimmed in orange. In it comes to Schultz. Schultz double teamed on the right wing. Aldrink knocked the pass away, but Schultz got it back. Now he'll go cross court with it to Walter. Walter comes up top to Ellie. E-L-Y. I'll figure out how to pronounce it here in a minute. Colton Baker, deep left to Williamson, back to Baker. Baker gets a screen up high. Aldrink flashes through the screen, now to Williamson. He dropped it. Get it back to Baker. Left side, Walter. Walter off the left elbow, Schultz. He'll throw it left corner to Williamson. Williamson no looks it up top for Baker, and again to Walter. Now Baker right of the circle. Baker gets the high screen, nothing there. And it looks like Byron Center has decided they're going to be very patient tonight. And now Schultz right in front of the basket, puts it up and in. Carson Schultz opens the scoring in this one with 6:20 left in the first. They held the ball for 1 minute and 40 seconds. Levi Van Dam for Holland Christian off the right elbow. And a near steal, but Muckma picks it up. Right side to Aldrink, now up top to Scooney. From the right elbow back to Aldrink on a weave. Aldrink back to Schoonveld on the sideline. He'll dribble it up to the free throw line. Kick it left side for Muckma underneath on the left block. This is Overway working his way in the lane. Here's the right hand hook around Schultz. It rolls all the way around the rim, won't go. Aldrink in for the rebound. His putback is short, and finally it's rebounded by Byron Center's Carson Schultz. And on the run, here's Colton Baker. Baker standing right in the circle, a couple of dribbles up top to Ellie. And Walter throws it way outside for a three that's no good. You heard Coach Bentley say that's too far, Walt. Now the Maroons turn it over, trying to run it the other way. Baker to Eli. I'm just going to say Eli. It's E-L-Y. Right side Baker, right corner. The ball for Byron Center. This is Eli working on Van Dam, and they're going to call a foul on Van Dam. That contact definitely initiated by Eli, but Van Dam picks up his first and the team's second. Here's Jack Baker in to replace Alex Walter for Byron Center. Coach Bentley apparently did not like that long three taken by Alex Walter. In the lane, Williamson. Off the left side of the lane, it's Eli, and he dribbles it back out on top. Now Williamson over his head. The right elbow pass, Schultz off the glass, partially blocked, no good. Rebound Van Dam. Here's Scooney, a long diagonal pass to Aldrink. Aldrink into the lane with the right hand. Foul, no call. And a rebound to Schultz for Byron Center. A lot of contact underneath on the drive by Aldrink, no whistles. Up top, Eli with it for Byron Center to Baker. That's Colton Baker. In the corner, Williamson underneath Schultz. Schultz the reverse layup, and it's good. Oh, it's 4-0 Bulldogs with 4:32 left to play in the first period, and Coach Kuhl is going to his bench. Aldrink up top with a quick dribble. Now to Schoonvelt. Schoonvelt between the rings. Come left side, Aldrink. On the left block, Overway, no shot. He is fouled before the shot. Maroons will get the ball out of bounds, and that foul is on Jacob Williamson, his first, and the team's first. Will Van Weeren and Gabe Overway replacing Levi Van Dam and Ethan Aldrink for Holland Christian.
Good foul by Williamson there to prevent the easy bucket by Overway.
Schoonvelt baseline left to throw it in for the Maroons to Gabe Overway left elbow. Gabe spins a couple of times, throws it right side to Van Weeren. Will's a good three-point shooter. Here's Schoonvelt down the right side of the lane. Say he walked with it. Third turnover, Holland Christian. That looked like a pretty good move to me. I did not see the walk.
I did not either.
Neither did Coach Kuhl. A little bit of an anticipatory whistle there. 4-0 Byron Center. They have it halfway through the first. Jack Baker throws it underneath. Williamson puts it up and in from right alongside the basket.
Bulldogs are 3 for 3 from the floor.
And that's because they're 3 for 3 from a total of 3 feet. Van Weeren had it knocked away. There's a steal. Turnover number 4 for Holland Christian. Jack Baker to the bucket. Throws it up right hand. No. Coach Bentley wanted a foul. No call. Here's Overway running the other way. This is Vince. Vince the right elbow. Vince into the lane. Jump stop from 10. No. Gabe Overway had the rebound, but they'll say he went over the back to get it. So Gabe picks up his first and the team's third. We'll classify that as a loose ball foul. Now it's Brady Howe in for Schoonvelt, and Evan Cruzy is going to replace Vince Overway. 3 minutes, 33 seconds left to play so far in this first period. Holland Christian scoreless. The Bulldogs have 6. Colton Baker with it between the circles. Quick dribble. Now quickly to the left elbow. Step back 15-footer, no good. And off the deck, Gabe Overway picks up the rebound. Here's Brady Howe with it up the left side. Diagonal pass knocked away and stolen by Eli. Turnover number 5 for Holland Christian. Have we seen this movie before? I think so. Long three put up by Jack Baker, no good. Running the other way, it's Chris Muckma. He'll leave it between the circles for Brady Howe, who just holds it and calls a new play. Under 3 to play in the first, 6-0 Byron Center. Chris Muckma top of the key. Left side outside the arc, Will Van Weeren. Van Weeren looking for Gabe Overway inside, can't find him. Now Evan Cruzy. Cruzy on a weave to Howe. Howe up to Van Weeren. At the free throw line, Van Weeren gets bumped hard. Chris Muckma out of the corner for 3, no good. Rebound on the deck, picked up by Will Van Weeren. Here's Brady Howe between the rings with 2:32 left in the first. Maroons still looking for their first point of the night. Van Weeren working outside the arc. Hooks it into Gabe Overway. And before the shot, Gabe is fouled. And that will be on Jack Baker, his first, team's second. Maroons will get it out of bounds, baseline left with 2:24 left in the first. Brady Howe will trigger it in. Brady looking, gets it into Cruzy. Quick 3 off the catch, no good. And a rebound by Byron Center. Here's Williamson ahead to Schultz. Schultz lost control of the dribble. It goes out of bounds. Still Byron Center basketball. 2:15 left in the first. The Maroons have yet to score. Byron Center has 6. Colton Baker to throw it in, baseline left. He'll lob it out in front for Williamson. Williamson right side to Colton Baker. Colton gets it up top for Eli. Eli guarded closely by Cruzy. And now Colton Baker with it out deep. Out of the left corner, here's a drive by Byron Center that is no good. That was Alec Walter who threw it up. Ball is loose on the floor. Coach Bentley doing everything he can to try and get a timeout called. The officials instead call held ball. Alternating possession gives it to Holland Christian. Half-court defense by Byron Center. 1:49 left in the first. Unbelievably, still 6-0 Byron Center. Van Weeren to Cruzy. Nice catch. Cruzy at the free throw line. Out to Howe. Up top, Overway. That's Gabe Overway. Cruzy down to the left corner. Starts the drive. Finds Howe up top. Right side, Van Weeren. Van Weeren trying to get around Jack Baker. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Schultz for Byron Center. Here's Colton Baker with 1:23 left in the first. Off on the right side, Williamson for the Bulldogs. Gabe Overway denying Eli underneath, and Eli stepped on the baseline. Second turnover, Byron Center. And for the Bulldogs, here's Josh Velt here, the 6'5 senior. Aldrink and Overway, Vince Overway, that is, back for Holland Christian, replacing Mutma and Cruzy.
Coach Cool trying anything right now just to find some offense here.
Now, you do not want to get to the quarter break with a goose egg on the scoreboard. That's just downright embarrassing. Aldrink will walk it up between the rings. Sideline right, Brady Howe. Howe at the top of the key for Van Weeren. Left wing Overway, underneath on the block. Aldrink cut off, back to Overway. That's Vince. Vince to the elbow. Vince, the spin in the lane off the glass, partially blocked. Here comes Byron Center again. Give Williamson credit for that board. Colton Baker up the left sideline. 49 seconds left in a scoreless first period for Holland Christian. Schultz with it. Around a screen at the left elbow. Comes right side to Jack Baker. Out of the right corner, Williamson the drive. And he stepped on the baseline. Byron Center turns it over for the third time. Maroons have 39.1 to get the goose egg off the scoreboard here in the first. They're down 6. Brady Howe. Bounce pass to the right elbow. This is Gabe Overway. Up top for Aldrink. Aldrink, left elbow, pass to Howe. Howe to the left elbow. Had it poked away, but got it back. Vince to Will Van Weeren. Back up to Brady Howe between the circles. 17 seconds left in the period. Aldrink looks up at the clock with 13. Aldrink gets a high screen from Gabe Overway. Aldrink at the free throw line. The big spin. Lost control of it. Will Van Weeren picks up the loose ball with 3. Off is miss. There is Vince Overway to just barely get the goose egg off the scoreboard for Holland Christian. After 1, Byron Center 6, Maroons 2 on the pledge.
Michigan Hearing Experts wants you to know the real effects of hearing loss. Hearing loss can signal dementia. It's true. But there's good news. Treating hearing loss can ward off dementia. It's time to treat hearing loss at Michigan Hearing Experts. Good folks with a heart for people. Not patients, people. Let's treat hearing loss in your life today. Michigan Hearing Experts in Holland, Grand Haven, Jenison, and MichiganENTallergy.com.
You don't have to choose between a college that has an excellent academic reputation and one that's serious about Christian conviction. At Calvin College, we live both of these things every day, in every moment. That means we think deeply about the world we live in, its people, the discoveries, all of it. And we wrestle with how our faith applies to every aspect of what we're learning. If you want to learn more and go deeper, you'll fit in well at Calvin. Find out more and about how we do faith and learning at calvin.edu. Calvin.edu.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Pledge.
Well, that officially the worst quarter offensively for Holland Christian so far this season. They've had a couple of three-point quarters. This one a deuce. 6-2 Byron Center. And Bulldogs get the ball to begin period number 2. As soon as they can find somebody to throw it in. The official sets it down. Juan Carlos Romero is in. He's number 24 for the Bulldogs. This is Colton Baker just inside the timeline. Big screen from Romero. They double Colton. He's in trouble. And there is the turnover. Their 4th. Vince ahead to Schoonveld. And Van Weeren runs in for the easy layup.
Nice play by Schoonveld there. He was a little too far into the basket and found Van Weeren for the layup.
6-4 Bulldogs. Romero with it. And there's another loose ball picked up by Williamson. He'll get it to Velt here. Off to Colton Baker. Back up top for Williamson. Jacob to Colton on the right side. Guarded by Schoonvelt. Man-to-man defense, Holland Christian. This is Juan Carlos. Romero down the right side of the lane. Tried to hook it around and threw it away. That's the 5th turnover for Byron Center. And now a foul called on Romero, his first and the team's 3rd. He was trying to poke the ball away from Will Van Weeren. And we have a timeout called by Coach R.J. Bentley. This will be a full timeout. Maroons trail 6-4. We're back in a moment.
Skur Printing and Mailing believes you are their #1 boss. You are the purpose for what they do. So what are the top 5 things Skur Printing and Mailing does to earn your biz? Friendly attitudes, principled service, honest answers, responsiveness, simplicity. That's it. Well, actually, this is better. Skur Printing and Mailing makes you and your business look great. Here's where you go to skurprinting.com to see everything they can do for you and your biz. Go ahead, skurprinting.com.
The benefits of playing multiple sports from the youth level through high school are being proven even by those who've made it to the so-called next level. More college coaches want multi-sport athletes, and nearly 90% of the players taken in the recent pro football draft played multiple sports through high school. To learn more about multi-sport participation, visit the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Pledge.
Holland Christian ball, 7:12 left in the first half. A very low-scoring game. Bulldogs lead it 6-4. 4-0 run for Holland Christian, and the Maroons with the ball, as we said. Van Weeren for Schoonvelt. Schoonvelt brings it across the timeline. Half-court defense, Byron Center. Schoonvelt, left elbow to Van Weeren. Back to Schooning at the top. Around a pick by Gabe Overway. Now right side, Aldrink. Aldrink driving to the lane. Kicks it right corner for Gabe. Gabe Overway. Back to Vince, his cousin at the top. Now Eli. Right side, Ethan. And Aldrink walked with it. That is turnover number 6 for the Maroons. And the Bulldogs get it back, leading by 2.
Aldering does that about once a game. He just shuffles his feet a little too quick before putting the ball on the floor on the offensive end.
Romero into Colton Baker. Scooney, token pressure in the backcourt. Colton with it, top of the key, around a Romero pick. They double Colton. He's in trouble out near the timeline. Down in the right-hand corner, that leaves Williamson wide open for an air ball 3. But Romero rebounded it on the weak side. He'll put it up too strong, no good. And the rebound comes out to Gabe Overway, ahead to Vince. Vince Overway into the front court, waits for his friends and hands it to Schoonvelt. Schoonvelt goes left wing. Aldring quickly underneath Gabe Overway. On the right side of the basket, Will Van Weeren, and he is fouled on what may have been a clean block by Juan Carlos Romero. Instead, Romero's second foul is the team's 4th. And this will be a shooting foul, so Will Van Weeren will go to the stripe for Holland Christian. Will's got his average up to 5.5 a game. He had 6 against the Bulldogs back on the 19th of January. And he misses the free throw. Maroons up to 66% on the season from the stripe. Gabe's going to sit down. Levi Van Dam back in for Holland Christian.
I think that 66% is their high water mark for the season.
I believe it is. And now here's Will Van Weeren at the stripe with his second attempted. That one is good. So the Maroons are within 1 on a 5-0 run. Will's going to sit down. Chris Muckma back in. Full court pressure, Holland Christian. Romero to throw it in. He'll get it into Williamson. Williamson double teamed on the baseline. Somehow got it to Colton Baker. Baker working on a much bigger Chris Muckma still in the back court. And he'll get it over to Williamson. Williamson into the front court in a hurry. Williamson all the way to the basket. Reverse layup, too strong, you missed it. Offensive rebound, Byron center back Williamson. And now we have a push called on Holland Christian underneath. And this one's going to be on Levi Van Dam. That'll be his second and the team's 4th.
I like the adjustments here by Coach Cooley. He's really turning up the defensive intensity.
Colton Baker baseline right to throw it in. 2 early fouls, Levi Van Dam. Jack Baker to Romero, left corner Williamson. Williamson up top between the rings, throws it right side to Jack Baker. Back down on the right side. Jack Baker with it on the right side of the lane. Spins, mid post, gets it to Velt here, and then running in, and Williamson throws up a circus shot and gets it to go. 8-5, Byron center, now running all the way the other way. It's Aldring, can't get the layup to go. But on a coast-to-coast drive, Ethan will go to the line, and that foul will be called on Josh Veltier, his first, and the team's fifth. 5:35 left in the half. Sophomore Ethan Aldrich, the leading scorer for Holland Christian, averaging 13.4 a game. At the line, looking for his first point of the night, and he got it. Subs for Byron Center, Cam Schulke, number 15, and Nick Fedewa, who had 15 against the Maroons back in January, making his first appearance tonight. So Fedewa's number 4, and Schulke is number 15. Meanwhile, Aldrich, one more coming. Missed it, and a rebound to Veltier. He'll hand it to Williamson. Long pass ahead into the front court for Schulke. Schulke double teamed on the sideline at quarter court. One dribble out of it. Now Williamson up top. Right side will get it to Fedewa. Fedewa at the free throw line. Bounces it left corner. Great ball movement. Here's Romero on the drive. Missed it. Offensive rebound. Veltier. Now back on the left wing. Schulke in the left corner. Romero back to Schulke. Back to Romero sideline. He'll drive to the elbow on the left. Hand it behind him to Fedewa for three. No. And a rebound to Schoonveld on the run, 2-on-2. Schoonveld's going to wait for his friends at the three-point arc. He'll get it to Muckman, now Aldrich. Aldrich to the free throw line, kicks it back left corner, wide open three, Vince Overway, good! That's the kind of offense the Maroons have been looking for. And all of a sudden, Holland Christian leads it 9-8. First lead of the night. Just took them a little while to get started, that's all. Williamson has it knocked away by Levi Van Dam. 6 turnovers, Byron Center. Here's Schoonveld to Vince, to Chris Muckma. No, but he's going to the basket. Romero just picked up his third foul. Juan Carlos Romero has 3. Team has 6. And Chris Muckma to the strike for Holland Christian. Maroons with a 9-8 lead. Muckma trying to increase it. Chris had 10 against him back in January. He's got his first point here tonight. He's averaging 9 a game. 23 and 25, Eli and Schultz back for Byron Center. Levi's coming out, Gabe Overway back in for Holland Christian. Meanwhile, Muckma one more coming from the stripe with 4:29 left. And a late substitution, it's Brady Howe for Eli Schoonveld. Heard Coach say during our pregame talk with him that the Maroons have been battling illnesses. Eli Schoonveld has had the worst of that. He's had it for the longest time. Up and good for Chris Muckma. So not major minutes for a lot of these Holland Christian players. Up top, it's Eli for Byron Center. They now trail by 3. 4:19 left to play in the half. Williamson kicks it left corner. And the runner put up and good by Cam Schulke. Well, he did a nice job getting around the big guys, didn't he? 11-10 Maroons. Here's Brady Howe with it. Tried to bounce it on the baseline and threw it away. 7 turnovers, Holland Christian. Now for the first time tonight, Jake Van Dam in for Vince Overway. And it will be Colton Baker back for Byron Center, replacing Williamson. So Eli to get it into Colton Baker halfway through the second period. 11-10 Maroons. Brady Howe, Colton Baker have a collision. That's going to be a foul on Brady Howe at center court. Brady's first, team's 5th. Fedewa to throw it in. And he will get it in cleanly to Eli. Giving Eli up to Colton Baker, center circle. Baker toward the three-point arc to Fedewa. He's double teamed. In the corner, throws across court. It was a wide open 3 there for Schulke. He didn't want it. Instead, Eli took it and missed it. And here's Holland Christian on the run as Chris Muckma from Ethan Aldrich gets it to go. Colton Baker, free throw line. Now Eli on the left elbow. Eli throws it underneath on the right block to Schulke. Schultz rather, had it batted away on a blocked shot by Gabe Overway. Now Howe with it for Holland Christian. Right corner, Van Dam, that's Jack Van Dam. Aldrich up top to Chris Muckma on the wing. In the corner, Brady Howe. On the left block, Gabe Overway spots Ethan Aldrich on the other side of the lane. Ethan missed the layup. And the rebound to Schultz for Byron Center, 13-10 Maroons. Just over 3 left in the half. Colton Baker, spin move inside, block shot, Brady Howe. Rebound, Chris Muckma, Brady on the run. Howe down the right side of the lane, up off the glass, too strong, no good. And a ball out of bounds to Byron Center. Alex Walter checking back in for Byron Center. Tim Schulke is coming up.
There are very few people who can move with a basketball as fast as Brady Howe can.
13-10, Holland Christian, 2:52 left first half. Colton Baker playing catch in the backcourt, one-man pressure from Chris Muckma. And now at the free throw line, Schultz underneath Walter. Now Colton Baker. Up top, Eli. Left corner, the drive. Kick it to right corner, Fedowa. Quickly up top, Colton Baker for three. Missed it. And a rebound tipped out by Chris Muckma. 2-on-3. Here comes Holland Christian. And Fedowa got a hand on it and broke it up. Ball is loose. And Holland Christian turns it over for the 8th time tonight. Here's Colton Baker on the run. Colton Baker goes left side to Eli. Eli somehow found Walter on the baseline under the basket. Now Walter's got it on the left wing with 2:09 left in the half. Bruins lead it 13-10. Gabe Overway gets a block shot on a layup attempt by Walter. And here's Will Van Weeren running the other way for Holland Christian. Van Weeren guarded closely by Eli. Jake Van Dam around the Van Weeren pick. Right side, Muckma to the elbow. Up top, Howe down the right side of the lane. Now Jake Baker, sideline right. Baker lobs it on the right block to Gabe Overway. Gabe works his way in for a reverse layup that's no good. Ball is loose and taken by Fedowa on the run for the Bulldogs. Fedowa runs into Brady Howe, and Brady Howe took the charge. Fedowa picks up the foul, his first turnover, number 7 on the team, and a great job and perhaps a little bit of a flop by Brady Howe. Brady's going to sit down. Noah Hoekstra is in. We're also going to see Case Vanderzee with a rare first half appearance. Maroons up by 3, 1:38 left in the second.
Nate Ruloff's in as well for the Maroons.
And now Van Weeren to Noah Hoekstra to bring it up. Hoekstra between the rings, off the right elbow to Ruloffs. Up top, Hoekstra. Hoekstra the drive. Hesitates at the free throw line, picks up his dribble, gets it to Jake Van Dam, left corner, Van Weeren for 3. Way strong, picked off on the weak side by Colton Baker. Colton on the run for Byron Center with 1:15 left in the half. Right corner to Walter, back up to Colton. Now Eli at the top of the key. Eli goes left side for Fedowa. Fedowa dribbling outside the arc, gets it to Eli. Eli runs into Ruloff, kicks it out to Colton Baker for a 3 that's good. Colton Baker's first bucket of the night ties it at 13, 55 seconds left in the half. No scoring, but no lack of excitement. Jake Van Dam with it to Vanderzee. Vanderzee working on Eli midway between the rings with 43 seconds left in the half. Van Weeren to the right elbow with a dribble. Kicks it right corner. Jake Van Dam up top, Vanderzee. Vanderzee down the right side of the lane. Poked away. Vanderzee got it back to Jake. Jake mid-post right, Ruloffs. He works his way in on Schultz. Gets caught under the basket and is fouled. Great job by Ruloffs to draw the foul. He's going to the line to shoot a pair. And that foul is going to be on Kevin Eli.
They had him triple teamed under there, and Ruloffs is still able to get the ball up on the rim.
That's the 8th team foul, first on Eli. It's going to get Jack Baker off the bench. Meanwhile, Nate Ruloff's at the stride for Holland Christian. Trying to break the tie with 26 seconds left, and he got it. Jack Baker for Fedowa. Ruloff's one more coming. See if he can get the Maroons up by 2. On the way, and no good. That was a much prettier shot than the first one, but it didn't go. Schultz to Colton Baker with 22 seconds. He'll take his time. See what Coach Bentley wants here. Left side to Eli. Colton, back to Eli. Eli on the logo. Eli to mid-post left. And with Jake Van Dam on him, they get it to Colton Baker out of the right corner for 3. That's short. Will Van Weeren picks up the rebound, 1, and he will not get the shot off. So at the end of the first half, in a low scoring affair, Holland Christian leading Byron Center by a score of 14-13. And we'll have all kinds of stats and analysis along with a student interview in a moment here on The Pledge.
Imagine your home reinvented with a distinctive Clopay garage door. With so many beautiful styles to choose from, Quality Door Company can help you rejuvenate your home's appearance by creating a dramatic entrance that makes a bold statement. To see what inspires you, try the Clopay Door Imagination System online and upload a picture of your own home. Explore the possibilities at ImagineClopay.com. For more information, visit our locations in Holland, Grand Rapids, Muskegon, or South Haven.
Soccer mom? Please. Baseball mom, swimming mom, church volunteer mom, taking care of my mom. Seems like I have everyone on my hands all the time and still work full time, which gives me no time to waste. Barber Ford made good use of my time when I bought my crossover. High safety ratings, lots of bling. Even my picky kids don't mind being seen driving with mom. Barber Ford, proud sponsor of Holland Christian Sports. In Holland, corner of US 31 and 8th Street, where your time is important.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Pledge.
Before we completely close the book on the girls' varsity game here tonight, we should mention one thing. That one thing is senior Ellie Dykstra for Byron Center, who scored 26 of their 37 points here tonight. Just a great individual performance by senior Ellie Dykstra for Byron Center, scoring 26 of their 37 points in their win here this evening. Boys game got off to a very slow start. Byron Center led it 6-0 for the longest time. Just before the end of the first quarter, the Maroons did get a deuce, so it was 6-2 after one. And the Maroons outscored them 12-7 in the second. They lead by one here at the half, 14-13. Maroons with 8 turnovers in the books, and Byron Center with 7. Individual scoring looks like this for Holland Christian. Vince Overway leads them with 5. Chris Muckma has 4. Will Van Weeren off the bench with 3. And they got 1 apiece from Nate Ruloff and Ethan Aldring. For Byron Center, Carson Schultz has 4. Jacob Williamson has 4. Colton Baker has 3. And Cam Schulke has 2. Maroons lead it 14-13. And after these messages, we'll be back with our student interview here on 96.5 and 1260 The Pledge.
Running up and down the court is like driving up and down the road. Everything's going great until you try to stop on a wet floor. It's like hitting the brakes on ice. The next thing you know, you're out of the game. Whether your car is double dribbling oil or doing its own layup in your driveway, we can help. OK Tire has 5 locations in Holland, Hamilton, and Zeeland and can help your car have a winning season. Online at oktirestores.net.
Hi, Holland Christian fans. I'm Travis Dreyer, part owner of Compound Door. When you think about replacing your garage door, think of us at Compound Door. We carry the Wayne Dalton line.
Christian Pep Band serenades us with a little halftime music. Have you ever seen teacher, Mr. Vandenberg, drains the three-point shot or do a windmill dunk? And have you ever seen English teacher, Mr. Kevin Kuman, perform his graceful fadeaway jump shot? You will not want to miss these and many more things at the Holland Christian Staff versus Alumni basketball game on Saturday, March 3 at 7 p.m. at the high school gymnasium. There will be games for kids and raffles for adults. Tickets are $5 at the door, with all funds raised going directly to the upcoming band and orchestra for the trip this spring break. We encourage everyone out Saturday, March 3, 7 o'clock for the Holland Christian Staff versus Alumni basketball game. Take it away, Pepe.
Be where I need to be to do well.
And that focus applies not only to playing tennis, but it helps with your schoolwork as well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has said that's the big thing about getting the schoolwork improved on, is the fact that you learn to focus in the sport you're playing. That's a really good thing. Allie, we've been asking everybody how participation in athletics affects your faith. What's that mean for you?
This past year, since I haven't had the best year, since I was doing winning my entire sophomore year, and then I stepped up to win singles, it was really hard for me because I wasn't winning as much, and I'm a really competitive person, and I like to win. But then I learned through this past year that I don't need to win to have fun because I'm doing the sport that I love, and God has shown me and given me this talent that I just need to play for Him. And my coaches, family, and my team has showed the love of God through everything.
Well, you're going to do a great job representing Holland Christian as the number one singles player this coming spring. All the best to you, Allie. Thanks for stopping by.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Pledge.
Halftime here at the DeVos Fieldhouse. The boys from Holland Christian leading the boys from Byron Center 14-13. Shooting stats aren't going to look very good, but here's Scott with them anyway.
You are absolutely right. From the free throw line tonight, the Maroons were 5 of 8 for 63%. And here's what you talked about, just 3 of 16 from two-point land for 19%. 1 of 4 from the three-point arc for 25%. Overall field goal shooting for the Maroons in the first half, 4 of 20 for 20%. For the Byron Center Bulldogs, they did not attempt a free throw in the first half. From two-point land, they were 5 of 13 for 38%. 1 of 8 from the three-point arc, 13%. Overall shooting for the Bulldogs in the first half, 6 of 21 for 29%. And here's something we have not seen much of this year. The Maroons were out-rebounded in the first half, 13-12.
All right, and I'm a guy who likes numbers and likes averages, so I keep track of quarter scoring. And over the first 15 games of the season, Holland Christian is averaging 11.6 in the first quarter. They got just 2 tonight. They're averaging 12.7 in the second quarter, which means they're at 24.3 for the half, and they're 10 points behind that here tonight. And then they keep getting better, 13.7 in the third and 14.7 in the fourth. So the Maroons are going to have to pour in some baskets to get to their season average of 52.7. Meanwhile, Byron Center on an average only scoring 45.3. And although they got off to the 6-0 start, the Maroons did manage to catch them in the second period and lead here at the half by 1, 14-13. Leading scorer in the ball game is Vince Overway. He has 5. 3 guys have 4. Chris Muckma for the Maroons, and Jacob Williamson and Carson Schultz for Byron Center. The third quarter up on the Pledge in 60 seconds.
Michigan hearing experts want you to know the real effects of hearing loss. Hearing loss can signal dementia. It's true. But there's good news. Treating hearing loss can ward off dementia. It's time to treat hearing loss at Michigan Hearing Experts. Good folks with a heart for people. Not patients, people. Let's treat hearing loss in your life today. Michigan Hearing Experts in Holland, Grand Haven, Jenison, and MichiganENTallergy.com.
You don't have to choose between a college that has an excellent academic reputation and one that's serious about Christian conviction. At Calvin College, we live both of these things every day, in every moment. That means we think deeply about the world we live in, It's people, the discoveries, all of it. And we wrestle with how our faith applies to every aspect of what we're learning. If you want to learn more and go deeper, you'll fit in well at Calvin. Find out more and about how we do faith and learning at calvin.edu. Calvin.edu.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Play.
Getting ready to go. Quarter number 3. The Maroons up 1 at 14-13, and they'll get the ball going left to right. Muckma, Schoonvelt, Vince Overway, Levi Van Dam, and Ethan Aldring for the Maroons. Williamson, Colton Baker, Alex Walter, Eli and Schultz underneath for Byron Center. Scooney's got it, dribbling at the top. Still out near the timeline. Now it's free throw line. Aldrich on the left side. Muckma. Muckma drives in and makes it. Set play out of the quarter, and Muckma gets the layup. He's got 6, and the Maroons are up 3. Colton Baker with it for Byron Center to Eli. On the left wing to Williamson. To Walter, back to Williamson between the circles. Williamson, one-hand bounce pass. Colton Baker deep right. Schoonvelt guarding him. Maroons man-to-man. Van Dam trying to deny Schultz the ball. Now Eli's got it top of the key. Left side, Williamson, left corner wide open. Walter for 3, no. And a rebound to Levi Van Dam. Here come the Maroons up 3, just underway, third period. Vince Overway from Muckma somehow got it up and down. He was running down the left side, got caught behind the backboard, and still made the basket. Maroons lead it by 5, their biggest of the night. Colton Baker with it. Quarter court right. Working on Schoonvelt. Up top, he'll throw it to Eli. Now to Williamson. Williamson back on sideline right to Walter. Walter bounces it baseline right to Schultz, working his way in on Van Dam off the block. Van Dam looked like he had a clean block, but he'll pick up the foul. Levi's 3rd and the team's 1st. Levi's one of those guys that just attracts whistles.
Always hustling, though, on the defensive end.
Certainly is. So Carson Schultz, the 6'3 senior, to the line for Byron Center. 4 points in the first half. Scored 2 against the Maroons back in January. He'll make, that'll give him 5 and make the lead 4 for Holland Christian. Still early third period. Second by Schultz is good. 18-15 Maroons, half-court defense, Byron Center. Here comes Schoonvelt across the timeline with a right-hand dribble. Directing traffic underneath. Trying to get things set up the way he wants it. Now he'll drive to the right elbow, kick it right corner to Vince. Vince Overway holding over his head in the lane, finds Ethan Aldrich. He'll hand it to Levi Van Dam. Out in the left corner to Muckma, he'll drive. Muckma to mid-post, leaves it for Levi Van Dam. Van Dam, the reverse, it's good! And he'll go to the stripe. Levi's first basket of the night makes it 20-15. And Levi to the stripe for Holland Christian, the 6'5 senior. Averaging 6.7 a ball game. He scored 18, as Scott said earlier, against Byron Center back a month ago. Up and good. Big three-point play, Levi Van Dam. Now full court pressure, Holland Christian. They've doubled Colton Overway at three-quarter court. And he'll pass it into the front court through the hands of Williamson, out of bounds right in front of Coach Bentley. Turnover, Byron Center, their 8th, and the press for Holland Christian causes a turnover.
Both the press and the trap have been very effective. I think they're going to stick with that here and really make it difficult for the Bulldogs.
21-15 Maroons, just under 6 to play in the third. Vince Overway has it. Williamson poking, not getting it. Muckma, sideline left, Aldrich on the block left, Van Dam. Off on the right, an 18-footer. Vince Overway is good. What a find by Van Dam.
Great assist.
9 for Overway, 23-15. Holland Christian starts to pull away. Colton Overway. Colton Overway, no, Colton Baker. Now they double team Walter and throw it away. So the press creates another turnover. The 9th for Byron Center, and you're right, Scott, that's great defensive pressure by Holland Christian. 23-15, 5:28 left, third period. Byron Center still playing half-court defense. You would expect them to turn it up here pretty quick. Right elbow Aldrich quickly to the basket. Up and good. No problem. Ethan Aldrich. He's got 3. And Coach Bentley wants timeout. 25-15. The Maroons have opened up a 10-point lead. This is a 30-second timeout by Coach R.J. Bentley. So that was 14-13 at the half. Now it's 25-15. The Maroons on a 9-2, nope, an 11-2 run to open the third quarter. We've seen this all year long, Scott, where they'll come out of the locker room on fire.
Well, that's what you'd expect from a coach like David Kuhl, who has so much experience. He knows how to make the adjustments and what to look for and what to tell the guys in the locker room at halftime.
And he has been a great halftime coach, and this is his first season at the helm at Holland Christian.
Zeeland East leading Hamilton 38-30 late third quarter.
Levi Van Dam, Schoonveld, Aldrich, Muckma, and Vince Overway, the 5 on the floor for Holland Christian. Eli, Colton Overway, Williamson, Walter, and Schultz for Byron Center. Colton Baker, I said Overway again. Why am I doing that? Eli with it. To Baker. Back to Eli. Eli working outside the arc. They double him. And he got it to Schultz at the free throw line. He'll take it down the lane, kick it in the corner and out of the wing. Baker with the dribble on the right wing. Baker up top. Williamson. Bounce it left corner. Eli, good fake. Drive to the left elbow. 14-footer up by Eli, no good. And Vince Overway rebounds it for Holland Christian. 25-15 Maroons. 4:39 left in the third period. Underneath, Aldrich lost his balance and still got it up and in somehow. That's a little bit of talent right there. 5 for Ethan, 27-15 Maroons. Now running in the other way, Williamson, big collision, no call. Coach Bentley holding out the arms wide, asking for the foul call, didn't get it. And now we're going to get Jack Baker along with Josh Veltier into the lineup for Byron Center. Colton Baker gets it in. Veltier walked with it. They didn't call it. Now Baker throws it right side to Jack Baker. Back up top, Colton. Schultz the drive. Schultz tried the reverse layup. Levi Van Dam or Chris Muckma. One of them knocked it away. Now Schoonveld, right wing to Overway. Thought about it from 19. Here's a great drive to the basket by Chris Muckma. Boy, was that timed well between Overway and Muckma. 29-15, Holland Christian owning this third quarter. Up top, open 3 on the way from Byron Center's Schultz, no good. Now Colton Baker is going to try one from the left wing, and that one will go. Second bomb of the night for Baker, 29-18, 3:37 left third period. Schoonveld picks it up on the wing, hands it to Vince Overway. His circus shot a little too strong off the back, knocked out of bounds by Byron Center. Maroons get it on the baseline. Will Van Weeren, Gabe Overway in for the Maroons. Chris Muckma is angry at himself for missing that shot. Levi Van Dam's going to sit down too. Gabe Overway trying to save a pass from Scooney. He did. Back to Scooney. In the lane, Vince Overway, 360 spin, hits the side of the backboard with a shot. It's loose on the deck. Overway gets it back and puts it up and in. Vince Overway suddenly with 11, 29, 31-18, rather, Maroons with 3:14 left. Here's Williamson with it for Byron Center, standing left wing, poked away momentarily by Aldrich. Williamson in the lane, finds Schultz underneath, reverse layup, no, but he's fouled by Gabe Overway, I think. Yep, Gabe's second, team's second. And this will be Carson Schultz for Byron Center to go to the line and shoot a pair.
Byron Center was able to draw the foul on that play, but they have had no success at all underneath the basket tonight with the height advantage that the Maroons have, especially when Gabe Overway's in the game. He's a head taller than every other player on the floor for Byron Center.
Schultz up with a free throw and good. He'll get another. He's got 7, his last 3 all from the charity stripe. Maroons lead is 31-19. Second one from Schultz, also good. 31-20, 3:04 left in the third. If we had 3:01 left in the second, this would be a pretty good score. Aldrich left wing from Schoonveld. Gabe Overway on top to Vince. Vince on the arc right side, finds Aldrich underneath. He'll put it up and miss it. Good defense underneath by Veltier to cause a deflection on that shot. Schultz finally got the rebound ahead to Colton Baker. Off on the left side, Williamson. Williamson right elbow to Veltier. Now Schultz around the Veltier screen. Gabe Overway picks him up. Now they double team him. Knocked away Vince Overway. Picked up by Schultz. Up top to Williamson. In the center circle, he'll reload. 31-20 Holland Christian. 2:24 left to play in the third period. Williamson picks up the dribble to Colton Baker, right corner. Schultz, the drive, trying to get around Van Wieren, and they're going to call a walk on Byron Center's Carson Schultz, and that is the 10th Bulldog turnover.
Good defense by the Maroons there underneath to draw the travel by Byron Center.
New bodies for Holland Christian. We've got Will Van Wieren, Brady Howe, Chris Muckma, Gabe Overway, and Vince Overway right now. Maroons by 11, 2:09 left, third period. Left sideline, quarter court, Brady Howe bounces it off the left side of the lane. Gabe Overway around. Veltier with a little teardrop up and good. That's as athletic a move as we've seen from Gabe all season long.
He's taking advantage of that height.
33-20 Holland Christian. Colton Baker, top of the key, quick dribble around a Schultz screen. They double team him, and Brady Howe wraps him up and commits the foul. Brady's second, team's third. Still Byron Center ball, quarter court left in front of their own bench. Williamson to throw it in. Jacob gets it to Veltier. Back to Williamson. Williamson directing traffic. Can't find anything. 3 feet outside the arc left. Top side between the circles. Schultz working on Muckma. Schultz down the right side of the lane. Quick move. Layup good by Carson Schultz. That was a beautiful drive.
Certainly was.
33-22 Maroons. 1:26 left. In the lane, Gabe Overway on the weak side finds Will Van Wieren. Puts it up. No, but tracked down by Muckma for Holland Christian. At the free throw line, Vince Overway steps inside, 8-footer short, no. Picks up his own rebound and draws the foul. Good job on the boards for Vince Overway following the shot in. And the Byron Center fouls on 25, Carson Schultz, his first, and the team's first here in the second half. 1:12 left, third period. Maroons by 11. Vince Overway at the stripe for Holland Christian, averaging just under 10 a game. He had 11 against Byron Center in January and has 11, now 12 here tonight. Evan Carusi to spell Will Van Wieren.
I like the way Vince is playing tonight. He's playing with a lot of confidence and hanging on to the ball well.
One more from the 15-foot stripe for Vince Overway. On the way, and good. Substitution for Byron Center, Juan Carlos Romero replacing Schultz. 35-22, 1:12 left, third period. Maroons with the lead. Byron Center the ball, full court pressure, Holland Christian. Colton Baker dribbles through the double team to get it into the front court. He's still got it in the lane, runner up, no, yes. I thought it was going to come off, but Colton Baker made it stick somehow. And we have timeout called by Byron Center. That'll be a 30. Of the 5 they had, that'll leave them with just 2. Maroons haven't used one yet. So with a minute left, third period, Maroons lead it 35-24. Coach R.J. Bentley doing everything he can to make sure this one doesn't totally get away from him.
Maroons are really playing some tough defense here. You know, Byron Center is doing a good job. They're making a couple baskets here and there, staying in the game a little bit, but I'm really impressed with the defensive pressure from the Maroons here in the second half.
I was about to say the energy picked up for Holland Christian, but I'm not sure it did. They played hard in that first half and in the first quarter. It's just more effective energy now. They're a little bit more under control, and they're actually running their plays and getting the ball to go through the basket. So 60 seconds left, third period, 35-24. Muckma will get it into Brady Howe. Out there with Cruzy and the Overway boys. Howe into the front court. Stops 3 feet inside the timeline. Throws it right side to Cruzy. No looks to Howe on the left side. Howe at quarter court in front of the student section. Right side Muckma driving underneath. Sees Vince Overway. Shot blocked away by Veltier. But I think they're going to call the foul on Josh Veltier. And they did. His second, team's second. Coach Bentley not happy with the officials. He got the attention of one of them, was walking all the way back to talk to him. Now Vince Overway at the stripe. Up and good. 14 for Vince. The lead is 12 at 36, 24, 41 seconds left, third period. One more coming, and that's good. Full court pressure, Maroons. Colton Baker's got it, and he's double teamed right on the baseline. And he stepped out of bounds. Pressure made him turn it over. Their 11th of the night.
With a height advantage for the Maroons, when they trap like that, you can barely see the Byron Center player, and they have a really hard time getting rid of the basketball.
Vince Overway comes to the corner, but on the sideline to throw it in. Brady Howe's open. He has it. Off the left side of the lane, Cruzy nearly threw it away. Now picks it back up. Good presence of mind by Cruzy not to lose that one. Underneath from Mockman to Gabe Overway. Backs his way in, and he walked. Yeah, I thought so. That's turnover number 9 for Holland Christian, but they're first here in the third period, which only has 26.4 seconds left in it. Romero to throw it in. Again, the full court pressure from the Maroons. Into Williamson. Williamson quickly into the front court. Bounce pass ahead to Walter. Walter pull up from 15 right side. Good. Or was that Jack Baker? It was Jack Baker. Number 5, not number 2. Baker with his first basket, 37-26 Maroons. Brady Howe all the way in, coast to coast, off the glass. No offensive rebound. Vince Overway, yes. And Vince will go to the line with an and one.
I mentioned it in the first half, but he is unbelievably quick with the basketball.
Jack Baker picks up his second, team's fourth. And here is Vince at the stripe for Holland Christian. Again, he's been there a lot of this third quarter, and he has amassed 18 points in the ballgame. Colton Baker at the free throw line, 15-footer at the buzzer, no good after 3. Holland Christian leading them 40-26. This is high school basketball on WPNW Zeeland, Holland, Grand Rapids.
Skur Printing and Mailing believes you are their #1 boss. You are the purpose for what they do. So what are the top 5 things Skur Printing and Mailing does to earn your biz? Friendly attitudes, principled service, honest answers, responsiveness, simplicity. That's it. Well, actually, this is better. Skur Printing and Mailing makes you and your business look great. Here's where you go to skurprinting.com to see everything they can do for you and your biz. Go ahead, skurprinting.com.
It's been thought by some that youth sports specialization is the best predictor of athletic success in later life. That theory is now being disproven by college coaches and athletes, Olympic participants, and even Baseball Hall of Famers who credit their good fortune to playing multiple sports in their youth. To learn more about multiple sports participation, visit the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Pledge.
Holland Christian's offense can be classified as explosive. They scored 14 points in the first half and 26 in the third quarter. They lead it 40-26. Maroons with as many in that third quarter as Byron Center has in all 3. Romero lost it for a moment, and they do turn it over for the 12th time. And Williamson is going to pick up a foul as he was fighting with Gabe Overway, or whether with Vince Overway, to get the ball back. Team's 5th, second on Williamson. Mockma half court right in front of us to throw it in. Beltier is going to sit down. Schultz back in for Byron Center. We've played 10 seconds in the final period. Brady Howe up top, cruising, nearly threw it away. Vince Overway got it, sideline left. He'll dribble it to the top of the key, reverse it to Howe. Howe hands it to Gabe Overway. Gabe Overway layup good, great assist. Brady Howe.
Gorgeous play.
4 for Gabe, 42-26 Maroons, 7.5 left in the game. And now Brady Howe gets his hands on a pass and knocks it out of bounds, far side. Byron Center ball. Right corner, Williamson to throw it in. He'll bounce it in to Colton Baker. Baker at the top of the key with a reverse dribble, now picks it up. Bounce it on the right side. Off the right side of the lane, Schultz. Kicks it out left side. Williamson for three. Got it. Jacob Williamson has 7. 42-29. Maroons already in the front court. Brady Howe backs out toward the center circle. Now drives to quarter court. Picks it up. Top of the key. Williamson a foul trying to deny Vince Overway. Williamson picks up his 3rd. Should be 6 on the team. Next one on Byron Center puts Holland Christian at the stripe. Brady Howe to throw it in just inside half court left. Howe will lob it all the way underneath for Gabe Overway. Gabe puts it up through the trees. No good. Got it back. Put it up again. And Gabe Overway gets the easy bucket. Although he worked hard for it. It was just easy once he had it there. 44-29. Well, Gabe Overway has been a valuable cog in this machine tonight, hasn't he?
Absolutely.
Ooh, there's a Brady Howe foul as Williamson ran into him. Williamson thought maybe he was going to get called for the charge. Brady picks up his 3rd, team's 4th.
I'm with Williamson. I thought he was going to take the foul there.
Yeah. Williamson bounces it in to Colton Baker. Baker on a weave to Williamson. Brady almost got in the way again. Underneath they find Schultz. Schultz tries to muscle Gabe Overway. That won't work. He missed the shot off the bottom of the iron, and Brady Howe comes away with it to Chris Muckma. Muckma quickly into the lane, kicks it left corner. Vince Overway, open 3 on the way, and good! Vince Overway for 3.
What a game for Vince tonight.
Wonder how many assists the Maroons have, man. They have been getting some great passing done. Schultz trying to work his way from the right corner. Instead up top, Williamson. Williamson around Muckma. And that's a very, very late foul called on Chris Muckma, who must have got him with the body, I guess. 2nd for Chris, 5 on the team.
And they're going to give him 2 shots.
Yeah, that's even stranger. Williamson with 2 against the Maroons at their place. Has 7 here tonight. Line drive free throw is good. It's kind of the same way he shot the 3 a moment ago, isn't it?
Yep.
47-30 Maroons, 6:08 left in the game. Williamson again. Good again. 47-31, 6:05 left to play. Coach Bentley telling him to talk to each other on defense. Brady Howe walking it up between the circles. Now backs it out toward the sideline on the right. Gets the high screen from Gabe Overway. Kicks it right side, Vince Overway. Right corner, Evan Cruzy, 3 ball. Got it! Evan Cruzy with 3. Now a quick 3 put up from the right side by Byron Center's Jack Baker to answer. He has 5, 50-34, 5.5 left in the game. Brady Howe gets a high screen up top, dribbles through the defense, and lost the ball. Just kind of lost control of it. 10 turnovers, Holland Christian. Schultz working one-on-one with Cruzy, and that will be a blocking foul called by 2 different officials. Cruzy came very, very close to getting that charge call. First on Evan, team 6th. Carson Schultz to the line to shoot a pair.
Cruzy trying to shake off the cobwebs there. That was a big collision.
And a free throw by Schultz good. He has 13 to lead Byron Center in scoring. 50-37, 5:17 left. Byron Center not exactly going away. Howe around the high screen. In the lane, finds Vince Overway at the free throw line. Vince driving the lane. Over the double team, gets it to Muckma, missed the layup. The rebound saved by Cruzy, I think. And nope, into the hands of Byron Center. And on the run, here comes Williamson. Williamson made it, and the foul is going to be on Brady Howe. So Williamson gets into double figures with 11. Brady Howe picks up his 4th. And Williamson to the line to shoot 1. That also puts Byron Center into the 1-and-1 bonus with 17 fouls against Holland Christian. Ethan Aldrink's going to check in if this free throw is good, and it is. He will replace Evan Cruzy. Howe's going to stay out there with 4.
Bulldogs showing a lot of fight here. They're back within 10.
50-40. And we're down 14 at the quarter break. Howe around Carson Baker rather neatly. Now Baker comes out. Howe starts a drive, picks it up at the three-point line. Throws it cross court, nearly intercepted, but Aldrink's got it. Aldrink nearly walked to Gabe Overway. Gabe the drive up and no, but he's going to the line. Speaking of the value of Gabe Overway, that foul on Schultz will be his second, I think. Nope, it's his third. So Gabe Overway at the line with 6 points on the night. Got it.
Gabe doesn't waste any time when he gets the basketball at the free throw line.
No, I looked up. That was about halfway there. 51-40 Maroons, 4:34 left in the ballgame. Second, no good. Rebound, Schultz. And here comes Colton Baker, sorry. Baker left side. Williamson underneath Romero. Right corner. Jack Baker for three, no. Chris Muckma tried to tip it into the hands of Carson Schultz, unfortunately. And Carson gets the layup. He's got 15. It's 51-42. Byron Center within 9. Brady Howe got a nice screen from Gabe Overway at the midpoint stripe. Now Vince has it left wing, guarded by Jack Baker. To Muckman, no look, Aldrink, three ball left wing, no. Rebound, Gabe Overway. Right side, Muckman up top, Aldrink sees a lane, drives it in, puts it up, and good by Ethan Aldrink. And now a 30-second timeout. Called, I would assume, by Holland Christian, yes. Holland Christian calls a 30, leading now by 11 at 53-42. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left. We'll remind you to stay tuned at the conclusion of the ball game for our post-game show. Brought to you by Mark Hopp, your local Farm Bureau Insurance representative in Holland. We'll have an offensive player of the game brought to you by Premier Cleaning Services, and a defensive player of the game brought to you by Vanderlaan Home Improvement in Hudsonville. 53-42, Holland Christian with 13 points already on the board here in the final period. It's got a very slow start for the Maroons tonight. They only had 2 at the end of one and just 14 at the half. But they put up 26 big ones in the third period, and they have 14 on the board here in the fourth.
It's really a head scratcher to find out, to figure out why the Maroons are that way. It's happened several times this year where they just have quarters where they can't get anything going on offense.
And usually it's that first quarter that happens. Colton Baker to Williamson on the right side for the Bulldogs, and he lost control of the ball. Turnover number 13. Vince Overway on the run, had it poked away by Jack Baker, out of bounds to Holland Christian. 11-point lead Maroons, 3:35 left. Aldrink, baseline right, lobs it in for Gabe Overway. Gabe up top to Muckma. Back in the corner, Aldrink had the three, instead drives it and has it poked away. Still Holland Christian ball. Quick hands by Byron Center to poke a couple of dribbles away in the last 2 possessions. Now on the sideline, Eli Schoonveld to throw it in. Scooney looking, finds Aldrink. Deep left, back to Scooney on the sideline. Schoonveld toward the top of the key with the dribble. Now back left, bounce it, and Vince Overway had it go through his hands. 11 turnovers, Holland Christian. Williamson to Romero, and Romero manages to get a whistle called on Gabe Overway for blocking. That is Gabe's third, 8 on the team. And a 1-and-1 for Juan Carlos Romero. Byron Center a chance to make up points with the clock stopped. You always like that late in the game if you're behind. Romero hasn't scored yet tonight. He had 2 against the Maroons back in January. Up. And no good. Rebound, Gabe Overway. I think Gabe has grown since the season started, hasn't he? Just looks taller out there tonight. Beautiful play, Muckma Overway, but that was Vince Overway who missed a layup. I think he was worried about Muckma flying in there like that. Romero's got it out of the right corner to Colton Baker. Back to Romero, right corner for 3 over Gabe Overway, no good. Weak side rebound, Vince Overway. I think Schultz caught one in the nose there. Vince to the free throw line, poked away, and the Maroons turn it over again. This is Williamson, up, blocked by Scooney, and then Byron Center went out of bounds with it. So the Maroons get it back. Romero's going to sit down, and Eli is back in for the Bulldogs. 2:37 left, 53-42. Now Byron Center with full court pressure. Schoonveldt's got it. And he'll hesitate and then take it into the front court. Right corner Vince. Back up top to Schoonveldt. Schoonveldt directing traffic underneath. Wants the right side cleared out. Gets it. Everybody congregated at the free throw line. Now they break out. A screen for Vince Overway's three is good. Just the way you draw it up. 24 for Vince. Out of the right corner, a three put up by Jack Baker. No good for Byron Center. Eli an offensive rebound. Baker again out of the corner for three, and he got that one. Jack Baker with 8. 56-45 Maroons. Scooney with 1:53 left in the game. Leaves it for Vince Overway. Vince down the lane. Reverse layup. Good. Vince Overway with 26. Guess who your offensive player of the game is going to be? 58-45, 1:41 left. Vince Overway with one of the better offensive efforts, maybe the best offensive effort for a Maroon this season. Schultz, with Gabe Overway just standing there, somehow draws a whistle from behind. Always like that call. Gabe Overway picks up his 4th, team's 9th. And here is Carson Schultz at the stripe, leading Byron Center with 15 points on the evening. Maroons are up by 13, 90 seconds left to play. At the stripe, no good for Schultz.
Bulldogs remain at the line, and they'll have 1 remaining.
I don't remember anybody on the Maroons coming up with over 20.
No, 18's been the most.
Yep, so big night for Vince Overway here tonight. Good on the second for Schultz, 58-46. Scooney with help from Muckman to get it into the front court. Saw a lane, tried to get it to Gabe Overway. Williamson got a hand in there and knocked it out. Williamson, one of these little guys with very quick hands.
I believe this Byron Center team was beaten by 40 or 41 points on Tuesday night, and I'm impressed. They're really coming out. It's getting late in the season, but they are still playing hard.
Absolutely. Schultz, left corner on the inbounds play. Vince Overway's three is good. That's 29 for Vince. 61-46. Out of the right corner, a three ball put up by Eli is no good. And now Scooney way ahead to Aldrink, who caught it somehow. And he'll pull it back out, try and run some clock. We're under a minute. 61-46, Maroons by 15. Schoonveldt, right wing. At the top of the key, Overway, knocked away by Jack Baker. Turnover number 13, Jack Baker, and Schoonveldt with a somewhat unnecessary foul, but he wasn't about to let Jack Baker just have the layup. So Schoonveldt's foul will be his first. That is 10 on the team. Jack Baker, nice bench performance with 8 going to the line. And Coach Bentley will get Fedua up and in along with Thomas Brooks, a 6'3 junior. And Cam Schulke. As Coach R.J. Bentley pulls his starters with 43 seconds left. Baker 2 misses and a rebound to Vince Overway. Let's get Vince one more shot, have him break 30. Schoonveldt dribbling up top on a weave to Aldrink, waiting to get fouled. They're not going to intentionally or even semi-intentionally foul him. Aldrink had an open layup, turned it down. Smart move there for the sophomore. Schoonveldt faked the pass underneath and got it back up to Muckma with 18 seconds left. Maroons are content to put this one in the books, 61-46 with 12 seconds left. Lob it over to Muckma. Muckma to Vince. Come on, Vince, shoot it. Now the Muckma puts it on the right hip. They'll let the clock run out. The Maroons will get their 10th win of the season as they beat Byron Center here at home tonight, by a final of 61-46. Post-game show in a moment on the Pledge.
Imagine your home reinvented with a distinctive Clopay garage door. With so many beautiful styles to choose from, Quality Door Company can help you rejuvenate your home's appearance by creating a dramatic entrance that makes a bold statement. To see what inspires you, try the Clopay Door Imagination System online and upload a picture of your own home. Explore the possibilities at ImagineClopay.com. For more information, visit our locations in Holland, Grand Rapids, Muskegon, or South Haven.
Soccer mom, please. Baseball mom, swimming mom, church volunteer mom, taking care of my mom. Seems like I have everyone on my hands all the time and still work full time, which gives me no time to waste. Barber Ford made good use of my time when I bought my crossover. High safety ratings, lots of bling. Even my picky kids don't mind being seen driving with mom. Barber Ford, proud sponsor of Holland Christian Sports. In Holland, corner of US 31 and 8th Street, where your time is important.
96.5 FM and 1260 AM. The Play.
So the girls' game won by Byron Center. Low-scoring affair there, 37-28. We thought this was going to be a low-scoring affair. Didn't turn out that way. 6-2 after one. 14-13, that was Byron Center's lead. 14-13 Maroons at the half. And then it was the tale of the third quarter as the Maroons outscored them by 20 by, twice is what I was trying to say. 26-13 to lead 40-26 after three. Maroons put up